Hello students, welcome back to Programming in C language. Myself Sreekanth. Hope you're all doing good. In the previous sessions, we discussed in detail about digital versus analog computers, mini computers versus mainframe computers. We had discussed in detail points and major points with the descriptions and examples, right? Yes. Yeah, we'll discuss in this session the main agenda of this session. Still we are in comparison of computer systems like personal computer versus supercomputer, mini computer versus microcomputer with suitable examples. Okay, the agenda of this session, we try to give some differentiation between what? Personal computer and supercomputers, mini computer versus microcomputer. Okay. Yes, coming to the personal computer versus supercomputer. Personal computers, all are familiar, right, about this word PC, personal computer. Also, I discussed in detail about the sizes of the computers. They clearly explained about what is personal computer, what is supercomputers, what is mini computer, what is microcomputer. Okay, like workstations, servers, embedded computers, information appliances. Like I clearly explained each and everything. You just go through that in detailed description. But coming to this session, I am giving some differences between personal computer and supercomputer. See, personal computer is what? Slow processing speed. Comparatively what? Supercomputer. The supercomputer uses what? Number of processors. So speed of execution is what? Higher than what? Personal computer. Okay. See, comparatively, supercomputers, personal computer was slow processing speed. Why? Because it consists only what? Single processor. But in supercomputer consists what? Many processors to process it. Okay. The personal computer storage capacity is what? Minimum. See, the supercomputers what? Storage capacity is what? Very high. Generally in what? Terabytes. See, I clearly explained about the data measurement units like bits, bytes, kilobytes, okay, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, hexabytes, zettabytes, yottabytes in the previous session videos. Okay, just check it out, terabytes. See, in the limited peripheral devices, in personal computer, it consists what? Only limited peripheral devices. But coming to what? Supercomputer, it consists what? More peripheral devices. Okay, the supercomputers can have what? Multiple computers connected to it. It's so multiple peripheral devices can be connected to what? Supercomputers. The personal computers use it for what? Small scale applications, like small applications like bill processing systems and so on. But supercomputer is specially designed for what? Supercomputers specially designed for what? The high level applications like weather forecasting, research, work, image processing, scientific researches, and so on. Okay. See, these personal computers use it for what? Only basic level applications like word processing, small data maintenance, small applications like bill processing, and so on. Okay. See, these personal computers data measurement units generally go with what? Bits, bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, like that. It's going to be calculated in the form what? MIPS, million instructions per second. But supercomputers is commonly measured in what? Flops, float floating point operations per seconds. Okay, we can call it as flops, floating point operations per second, instead of what? Millions instructions per second. Okay, this point is very very important. Okay, see, the supercomputers commonly measured in what? Flops, floating point operations per second, instead of what? Million instructions per second. Like one petaflops equals to around 1000 teraflops. 1 teraflops equals to what? 1000 gigaflops. Like that, it going to be what? Categorized what? Different types of flops. Okay, yeah. Coming to examples, in the personal computer, we can use like Commodore PET in 1983, IBM 5150, okay, 8-bit PMD 85, Dell Optiplex desktop computers, Antec Fusion. These are all what? Suitable examples of what? Personal computers. But coming to supercomputers, majorly it is used for what? Scientific researches, simulations like graphics, fluid dynamic calculations, nuclear energy research, okay, electronic design, analysis of geological data, okay, petrochemical prospecting, Summit, Sierra, Deep Blue are the examples of what? Supercomputers. Okay. Yes. See, this is the major differences between what? The personal computers and supercomputers. Okay. See, generally it going to be measured. The supercomputers are going to be maintained what? Flops, right? See, this is about what? Name, units and values, like kilo flops. K flops is a unit measured what? 10 to the power of 3. So already I explained in detail about the previous video session about 10 to the power of x equals to y. Just go and check it out how these measurements are going to be happen. Okay. It's like megaflops, m flops represented by 10 to the power of 6 value, gigaflops, g flops 10 to the power of 9 value, teraflops, T flops 10 to the power of 12, petaflops, P flops 10 to the power of 15, measured in the form of value. Hexaflops is the name, unit is E flops, measured value is what? 10 to the power of 18. Zetaflops, the unit is what? Z flops, represented by 10 to the power of 21. Yotaflops, unit is what? Y flops, represented value is what? 10 to the power of 24. See, normally in generally if you go with the in the supercomputers, it's going to be represented by what? Flops. Okay. But generally it's going to be measured in the form what? MIPS, millions instructions per second. See, you can easily remember here the supercomputers are what? Larger in size. It's going to be consist what? Speed of execution is what? High. It's going to be stores what? Large volume of data. It's going to be connected with what? Multiple computers. It consists more peripheral devices. Generally these supercomputers are used for what? Weather forecasting, research works, image processing, like that. Okay. So it's going to be measured in the form of what? Flops, floating point operations per second. The best examples like Summit, Sierra, Deep Blue are the supercomputers. Okay, these personal computers generally we are using in what? In home purpose. Okay, desktop computers like in the office use or college, libraries, or personal computers like desktop computers, home purpose. We are going to be using these computers. Okay, see, this is a major difference between what? Personal computers and what? Supercomputers. Okay. See, in the tabular structure also I given the same points. Okay, but you need to remember here how it going to be represented these supercomputers with what? Kiloflops, megaflops, gigaflops, teraflops, petaflops, exaflops, jetaflops, and yotaflops. Another differences between what? Mini computer versus microcomputers. See, these mini computers are what? Bigger than what? Microcomputers. In the previous session, I explained in detail about what? Mini computers versus what? Their supercomputers, right? See, in the previous session, I explained mini computers versus mainframe computers, right? Mainframe computers I explained. See, now we are differentiation about what? Mini computers versus what? Microcomputers. See, these mini computers are what? Bigger than what? Microcomputers. Okay, mini computers generally used for what? Mid-range applications. But these microcomputers what? Relatively small in size comparatively what? Mini computers. The microcomputer systems is designed to fit on what? Desktop. Okay, generally is used these microcomputers for what? Desktops, personal computers, PCs, like that. Okay, it is smaller in size comparing to what? Mini computers. Okay, you can also answer it here. Microcomputers are smaller in size comparatively mini. Mini computers are what? Bigger in size comparatively what? Microcomputers. Next point, microcomputers are what? More expensive comparatively what? Mini computers are what? More expensive comparatively what? Microcomputers. Microcomputers are what? Less expensive in nature. Mini computers can have what? Multiple processors. I told you here the hundreds of users are going to be connected at a time simultaneously. Okay, but coming to microcomputers, what? It consists only single processor. Here multiple processors there in many computers, but coming to microcomputers, it consists only single processors are there. In mini computer, high performance, it can capable of doing what? Highly specific and complex tasks. But in microcomputers, it relatively what? Low performance comparatively what? Mini computers. The best examples of mini computers like Data General Nova, PDP-11, Model 40, VAX, these are all what? Suitable examples of what? Mini computers. But coming to microcomputers, the examples like home-based computers, personal computers or desktop computers, like modern desktop computers, video game consoles, laptops, like tablet PCs, and many types of handheld devices, including what? Mobile phones, pocket calculators, industrial embedded systems, Raspberry Pi, Commodore 64, a popular microcomputers. So these are all what suitable examples of what microcomputers. Okay. See, this is the major difference between what mini computers and microcomputers. Okay. See, we are using generally microcomputers. Okay. See, these mini computers are used for what? Mid-range computers. Okay. Right. See, this is a major difference about mini and microcomputers. Some other differences also I wrote here. Just check it out. Yes. See, mini computers, it is used in what? Like business institutions, departments, like universities, like that. We are going to be using this what? Mini computers. Coming to these microcomputers, it is used at what? Home purpose, office purpose, educational institutions, schools and colleges. Here the server side it is going to be using, it is what? Only the particular organization level, office level, there it going to be used, microcomputers. Mini computers, it consists of what? Multi-processors, but microcomputers consist of what? Single processors. Okay. Mini computer, it is large sized computer. Okay. The microcomputer is what? It is small sized computer. Mini computers memory presented in what? Like gigabytes, terabytes, like that. You can just assume it. This memory represented in what? Megabytes. Here also the memory data measurement units also comes in what? Higher level. This is just sample example I provided. It can handle a huge amount of data in mini computers. Comparatively, mini computers, microcomputers is what? Inexpensive and easy to use. It consists what? The lower or lesser in size comparatively what? Mini computers. It can support a number of terminals here much slower than what? Larger computers. The best examples wax 8800, so on, several mini computers examples are available in the market. Okay. The coming to microcomputers, some suitable examples like modern desktop computers, video games, consoles, laptops, tablet PCs. These are all the suitable examples of what? Microcomputers. Okay. Don't get any confusion here. For easy to understand, here I represented what? GBs and MBs. Okay, fine. See, you can remember the major differences between this mini computer and microcomputer. The mini computer is what? Bigger than what? Microcomputers. Microcomputers relatively smaller in size. Okay, it is specially designed for what? Desktops. These mini computers are what? More expensive. Microcomputers are what? Less expensive. Mini computers can have multiple processors. Microcomputers have the single processor. Mini computers what? High performance, capable of doing what? Highly specific and what? Complex tasks. Okay, that's what we can call it is mid-range computers. Microcomputers what? Relatively low performance comparatively what? These mini computers. See, these are all the major differences about what? Mini and micro. And also we discussed in this session personal computers versus supercomputers. See, these are all the major differences between personal computer and supercomputer, mini computer versus what? Microcomputers. Okay. See, this is the different comparison of what? Types of computers. We discussed in detail about the previous session about digital and analog computers. Okay, mini versus mainframe computers, personal computers versus supercomputers. Okay, mini computer versus microcomputers. Okay, I explained in detail with the major point along with what some in detailed description about both the differentiation about the computers. Okay, if you like, make it like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe my videos. Thank you all.